Hi, my name is Matthias Schwinost. At Tesa, I'm responsible for the application process, so how to bring our tapes onto your products. Today, I would like to explain to you how the optical bonding is done in automotive industry. So, for liquid bonding, you normally would see some kind of dispensing or slit coating process. That means that you apply the liquid material or dispense the liquid materials onto the display or onto the cover glass. This is followed by a vacuum lamination step, where you laminate in a vacuum chamber the display onto the cover glass. Now, depending on the kind of materials you are using, you will see additional UV curing steps. Normally, what comes after is a final cure of the material with a UV source. Since we are talking here about liquid materials, you also want to ensure that the material is fully cured underneath the black prints or any shadow areas. That means that also UV curing is needed from the sides to prevent any oozing out of the materials. In comparison to the liquid bonding process, the process for using OCAs is quite different. Here you want to differentiate in two major process steps. One is the soft-to-hard lamination, the other one is the hard-to-hard lamination. For the soft-to-hard lamination, you want to apply the soft OCA onto the hard display. So this is done by a standard roller equipment under ambient condition, oftentimes used in the tape industry. This process is ideal for laminating flexible foils, touch sensors, or even flexible OLEDs. After you have applied your OCA to the display, the next step following up is the hard-to-hard lamination. Here you want to laminate the display onto the cover glass. This is done in a vacuum chamber to prevent any air entrapment inside the optical bonding. The equipment is quite flexible, so you can use it for flat lamination or even curved lamination, convex or concave. Last step for the optical bonding with OCAs is the autoclaving. Here the increased pressure and the high temperature help to get rid of any bubbles entrapped in the previous process steps. For the bonding using OCA material, it's mandatory, but oftentimes it's also used for the liquid bonding process. Other than for the liquid bonding, the UV curing is only optional. So it highly depends whether you use a PSA, pressure-sensitive adhesive, or UV curable OCA. Biggest difference using liquid materials versus OCA materials is that the OCA materials already come in sheet form, so no dispensing of the liquids is needed. The equipment typically is quite simple, which can lead to shorter takt time inside the production. OCA materials come with a very smooth and homogeneous surface. This can help to prevent any stress on the display and therefore reduces Mura effects. Another big advantage is that the OCA material also has defined and straight edges. In modern automotive displays, you want to maximize the visible area for the drivers. This means only very little space is left for doing the bonding of the display into the housing. Tapes really can help you here to ensure that on the limited space you have, no touching of the different materials is possible. This is because we have straight and defined edges with the tapes. No oozing of the material can happen. If you want to know more, please feel free to contact us.